Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be reviewing the one and only OLED Nintendo Switch. We're gonna go to the close-up and show and tell you everything you need to know about the OLED Switch. What's new, what's different, and what's better, and maybe what's worse, if there is anything. We shall see. Now let's go. So, we're gonna get right into the close-up and show you the OLED Switch nice and close. For starters here, look at that beautiful screen. Just plain old beautiful. I mean, look at this thing. Like, look, you got the borders and stuff, and who cares about 6.2? We got 7-inch beautiful screen here. I'll even turn it on for you. Look at that. Look at that. Now that's beautiful right there. And I don't know if you guys realize, 7-inch is substantially bigger and noticeably bigger than 6.2-inch. If you want a bigger screen for handheld, this is worth it, honestly. I mean, it's kind of cool, but the only downside is it's ever so slightly wider. It's like 1 millimeter, I think, wider, which makes it where it does not fit in fitted accessories like grips, the Satisfy grip. Just doesn't fit in fitted accessories. Fits in other accessories that aren't as fitted, like cases and stuff like that aren't hard shell cases, you know? Fits in those pretty well, but that's not something that I think should stop you from getting it. Aside from the screen, we have our speakers down here, which they're now on the bottom right there instead of kind of on the surface of the screen on the bottom there. And the light sensor on the old Switch here, you can see the light sensor there. It's not as noticeable on the OLED Switch. I haven't been able to find it, honestly. Other than that, there's the stand. So we have our stand here, fully adjustable, amazing, awesome. You can go all the way down like this, which I found in cases it's pretty nice if you're playing tabletop, or you can just do the classic angle or anywhere in between. The top of it right here, we have our vent. Looks a little more durable, sturdier. It's one piece instead of it like, you know, like this one going into the top, you know, it just seems a little more durable. The groove on the game card slot, it's, for me, not a problem, but some people are complaining about it, didn't like it. It's a groove all the way across. That's a little slimmer than like the original Switch here, as you can see, that has this nice notch in there. This one has slot. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a slot all the way across. And so some people are complaining about that. Not too big of a deal at all. I mean, definitely another thing that you should not get the OLED Switch for. It has 64 gigabytes of internal storage, which is still next to nothing, but it's better than 32 gigabytes. You might be able to get 2 or 3 games versus just 1 or 2, you know? I always use a 256 gigabyte micro SD card because I have some big games, and I would definitely recommend picking up at least 128 gigabyte micro SD card when you go to buy this, if this is your first Switch. Or even if it's an extra and you need an extra SD card, definitely recommend doing that. Our dock, that's the next biggest thing here. We'll go right into that. So, for starters, yes, the original Switch fits in it. It's just an updated dock. And yes, it works. It doesn't just fit. It has like an engraved logo there. I mean, you can kind of see, yeah, engraved logo versus like a print-on logo like the other one was. It's glossy in there, smooth, not as textured, and it's just a little bit wider this way. And so that allows a little more wiggle, but like as you can see there, you can see here, it's just a little bit of wiggle. But that prevents, hopefully, scratching on the console, which it's worth giving up the firmness and adding a little bit of wiggle, in my opinion, to keep there from getting scratches on the back of your console and even sometimes on the screen. And so I think that was one of Nintendo's goals in making it glossy and a little bit wider, was to get rid of scratches. The next thing would be to talk about the back of it. We have our, like, I don't know, a little quarter circle here, which is definitely nicer than the little weird notch thing they had before. It fit cords back there, especially if you're putting the Ethernet cable in, because yes, this new dock has an Ethernet port right there. They got rid of a USB port to put an Ethernet port, and then that we got our HDMI, and then our power supply port, the USB-C, and then we have our USB ports on the side. And yes, we still have an indicator light. It's a bit smaller. It's like right there on that corner. And it lights up green when your switch is on and in the dock. Other than that, it's pretty solid. There's hardly any changes. The HDMI cord, I did recognize they changed it a little bit. It feels a little more rubbery, less firm, more flexible cord, which is nice. Still about the same length, which to me is kind of short for an HDMI cord. The grip has an engraving on it versus a print on it on the old grips. And then the strap, as you can see here, has white dots, which kind of looks good with the white Joy-Cons. I do not have the red and blue model, so I assume the straps are just the same. They're black with white dots, but I do not know. As far as information goes on it, that's about all there is to tell you about the OLED Switch. We are done with our close-up review. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully it was enough to show you what you needed to know and tell you what you need to know about the OLED model Nintendo Switch. Pretty amazing. I definitely enjoy it. If you have the money, I'd say go get that right now if you have the money to get it, even if you do have the original Switch. I'm hoping to get at least one more video out, maybe two, and the next video will be on a comparison on like anything that, just comparing the differences. And so hopefully we will be able to answer more of your guys' questions, and I would encourage you guys to leave a comment below telling us what you'd like to hear, any questions you have, what you'd like to see in the comparison video. I understand this is not a big channel yet, but thank you guys for those of you who have watched this video. Definitely a big help to me, even with only 100 or 200 views, what I end up getting. And I guess we'll see you guys in our next video. Thank you so much.